Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Mookie Tolliver holding it down for all the R&B. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Who is Mookie Tolliver? Well, you finna find out on my tale of a twisted youngin'.
What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Dave, and this is Twisted Youngins. And to my left, I'm sitting with Mookie Tolliver.
Yeah.
And to his left, I got my co-host up in the building. Up in this bitch now with Mookie. For y'all who don't know, R&B, right?
R&B.
Hottest sing in the streets, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know.
Hey, look, ain't nothing wrong with it.
I gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
He said he got
So
it.
yeah, I got it. We gonna dive into it. So we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to get into all of that shit. So long story short, let's go. Like you said, how have you been?
I've been great, man. I've been blessed, man. Taking everything a step at a time. You know what I'm saying? How y'all been?
I mean, smooth, you know what I'm saying? Working out here, moving along, you know, product moving, you know how I'm saying? You know how it is. You got the merch, you know how it is.
Oh, yeah, you know how it is, yeah.
So before we start, before we get into it, we was talking about Johnny Gill and you passing out roses and whatnot at your concert. Let the people know about that, because they need to hear the type of story.
So, basically, if you've never been to a Mookie Tolliver concert, you actually got to come, you know what I'm saying? I engage with my crowd, you know, so it's like, you know, for all the women out there, if you single, you know what I'm saying, you ain't been catered to the right way, you know, you come to a Mookie Tolliver show, you get a rose, baby.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying? You feel me?
Are you single, man?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's why you passing out roses.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
You trying to get a rose.
I'm about to say, how your lady feels about you passing out roses to all these random women and whatnot?
Hey, man, you know, some don't like it, some do. So it's like the first time I thought about doing it, I'm like, you know what? I think I only had like 3 roses. You know what I'm saying? It was difficult because it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the right, and then one in the middle, and one in the left, and I just seen the facial expressions on women like, damn, I ain't getting no rose. I'm like, fuck, you know what? Let me expand it. I went from 3 to 6, and after that, I went from 6 to a dozen. I'm like, you know what? One show, I said, fuck it. I got about 20, 24 roses. I made sure that everybody was taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
As you should. And there you go. See, fans out there, y'all go to a Mookie Tolliver concert. He gonna make sure y'all taken care of, ladies. Goddamn me.
Got some good music and a rose. If you had
music
bad
and
music,
a rose for your ass. Now, is it
that would be
with being R&B? And you single. How old is you?
29.
So you 29 single
no
doing
babies?
R&B.
No baby.
No
shit.
kids,
Okay.
29 single R&B out here in these streets. So long story short, first thing come to mind is draws being thrown on the stage. You know what I'm saying? That's R&B for you. You know what I'm saying? You get to singing, y'all get to taking off y'all shirts and shit, bras get tossed in the air.
Yeah, even though I'm a little dude, but you know I got
as you should
tattoo on my chest, so that make up for it.
You know what I'm saying? Keep the ladies interested. You know. How is it at your shows? What's the craziest thing you've seen at one of your shows?
The craziest thing, man. It's been a couple times where after one show, it was a cougar. You know what I'm saying? And I was going around asking people did they enjoy everything, passing out CDs, and the lady was like, "Oh man," she was like, "Yeah, you know, you cute. What's your age and stuff like that." So I sat down, I was talking to her, you know what I'm saying, for a minute, and it was like I seen other people was waiting on me, like they was waiting to like talk to me and stuff.
Right.
And when I tried to get up, she locked my arm down.
What?
Oh shit!
And I'm sitting there like, I told my fat ass cousin to come so he could be my security guard.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm sitting here, I'm like so upset. I'm highly upset because I'm like, it's like probably 10 other people that just standing there just staring at me waiting. I'm like, this lady, every time I tried to get up, she just kept locking my arm. Like she just kept
So
locking
what you
me
say
down.
to her, like?
Bruh, I was just giving her conversation. She was asking me questions about music and stuff. She asked me my age, and she just kept saying, "You so cute, you so cute." And I'm just like, "Thank you, I appreciate it." You know, stuff like that. And it was like I'm trying to get up, like, well, I gotta finish. She would, every time I tried, she just kept locking me, just kept locking me. So I'm sitting there like, bro, like, how am I finna get out of this situation? Because I don't want to be rude. You feel me? And yeah, no lie.
Did you get the number?
Oh man. I got on back there, fellas.
Yeah, I was just finna say
You got the number?
You going? She locking your arm up and shit.
How far did it go? Like you date and all that?
I mean, I went back to her crib.
Did you get them draws?
She had a nice little apartment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How old you think? How old was she? You think?
Man, she had to be about between 39 and like 41, something like that.
So we talking late 30s, early
like
40s.
34.
I heard older women like play music before you get it. They put on some body
She
wool,
actually,
man.
to be honest, her radio was located in her bathroom, and she went in the bathroom and turned the radio on.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's some old.
Yeah,
She a true
yeah,
old
yeah,
school.
she's
She a
true.
true
Yeah,
I bet she
She
was
put it on the
smelling
radio,
so
make sure
good.
it echo throughout the house and whatnot.
Fresh.
Did she have you breakfast in the morning at least? Was
Man,
it
you know
pancakes
what?
And shit?
You know what? After we got done, she just got to tripping and she got to talking about marriage and stuff. And
Oh shit.
yeah,
She trying to lock it
yeah,
down.
and I was thinking, I'm like, you know what, this older lady, I could take her to church peppermints, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be cool with it, you know what I'm saying? But I just like, nah.
You don't be taking
know,
the church's donations every Sunday.
Church, come on, man. All the old people keep them church peppermints. I was gonna take them.
All right, so tell me where you from, man.
I'm actually from Madison, Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people gonna see this and think you from East Saint. You from Madison.
No, see, a lot of people think I'm from St. Louis because I'm always in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? So it's like every time, like if I'm out of town, you know, where they go always say St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, even if I was doing the show, like with somebody representing here, but we going out of town, they still say I'm from St. Louis, and I have to correct them. You know, or even if they probably say I'm from East St. Louis, I'm like, look, bro, I'm from Madison, Illinois.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to get that straight.
How
like,
was it like growing up out there?
in Madison? Madison, it was kind of like, it was cool, but I wasn't the type that like when I was younger, I was in the streets. But as I got older, because you know, like I told, my mom passed away, so it was kind of like I couldn't be out here in these streets just doing wrong because I know if my mama was still here, she'd like beat my ass type shit. So I kind of had a little change of life where it was to the point where I just always handled my business and I went out in the streets like that for real. You know, but I have seen some stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, one day, me and my homie, we was on our way to the store. You know what I'm saying? We probably got almost stepped foot in the store, and the guy from the store killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? In the store.
And you seen the body?
I mean, we ran. When we heard the gunshots, we like literally ran. Shit. So it was like when we finna set foot in the store, we was like, oh, and we just got to running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, you feel me? But yeah, I mean,
for another kid, that would have been like traumatized. Like, whoa, shit.
I mean, if we would have saw the stuff that happened, it would have been very traumatized. But we didn't make it to that point. Yeah. I was probably like 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
like
about
15.
your mother passing? How old were you?
When my mom passed, I was 9 years old. Yeah. My mom actually has a twin too, identical twin. So it's kind of like.
So she took you in?
No, actually, my sister took me, and it was kind of a point where my aunt from California, my cousin from California, they was trying to figure out like where I was gonna go.
Correct.
You know, and I was like, I want to be with the closest thing to my mom, which is my sister. So, I just stuck with my sister, and she's been a blessing ever since then. You know, she's my second mom. So
how old is she? Like, how many years she got on you?
So we're 11 years apart.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So father wasn't around or nothing like that?
Nah, father was not around, but him and I, we actually reacquainted. So my father's actually a great guy. You know what I'm saying? Despite all the stuff, I just had to learn how to just, like dish out all the grudges and stuff like that because it's like you only got two parents in life, you know what I'm saying? And it's like one, she's in spirit and the other one's still physically here. So it's kind of like you just need to make the best of that, you know.
How does it feel to put that anger to the side and do what you got to do to, to accept the parent that's still here or to love the person who is here instead of, giving them the roses when they're gone? How does that feel?
It helps fill a certain void in life, knowing that you actually have another parent.
That made you, that created you.
Yeah, that created me. So it's like, it's a great experience, and it's just all about growth, you know what I'm saying? It's all about growth within yourself and just saying, hey, man, I understand this happened, but I just got to let that shit go and just be able to know about the situation. So, yeah, I mean, everything's been smooth sailing. That's something that I took heed in. It's just like just allowing stuff that I can't control, just let the shit go and just
as you should
go with the flow.
What cause I listen to your music and I love your music. I ain't gonna lie to you. I fucks with your music. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time if I don't like that shit or not. I like some. I ain't gonna say I like some. I like most of your music, mostly of what I've heard so far. I like it. Where do you get your inspiration? Cause R&B and rap is a little different. Cause I've heard rappers come up here, Nas or Jay-Z or some, Big Daddy Kane or some shit like that. But when we talking R&B and singers, not everyone can, pinpoint specifically their influences of music, far as like what sound was it that attracted you to doing music or something like that? Like, is there anyone specific you look up to or doing music wise where you was like, if I was gonna do something, that would be the mold I'd try to like blend to?
My style, I mean, well, growing up, I actually, like, I'm not finna sit up here and lie and try to, and say, oh, Michael Jackson influenced me and stuff like that. Like, to be honest, I was young, what I'm saying? Grew up, I listened to Michael Jackson, but he wasn't the reason for me actually getting into music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a group called Intune.
Yeah.
And they had, like, Lloyd when he was younger, stuff like that. So I used to listen to a lot of immature IMX, I was a B2K guy. I was a Usher fan, a Sammie fan as well. And it's like I listen to a majority of the music I listen to is like Eric Bellinger, Sammie, and I listen to a lot of Trey songs.
Okay.
So it's kind of like all my music and Pleasure P. All my music just comes from like them,
So are you, the way I look at R&B nowadays, I show it as two separate entities. It's either A, you're about the love, the passion, and the women, or B, you're about this, I ain't gonna say fake or anything like that, but you're with this cross R&B type of gangsta R&B type shit, like where people are singing, but you're basically rapping, you're just singing. You're singing hardcore songs. That kind of stuff. Which one are you? Where do you fit in this?
I'm a true R&B artist.
Okay.
There's not a lot of true R&B artists either.
Facts.
But the thing about how the R&B game is, you have to adapt to what's going on, Okay. So it's like some songs you have to kind of get out of your element, but still stay in your lane.
Yeah.
So that's where the crossover and the transition that you have to adapt to. So I have a couple songs that's kind of a little ratchet or whatever you want to call like R&B, but it's just I mean,
because it's a business at the end of the day. It ain't just about how you feel. You know what
you
I'm
have
saying?
to entertain.
You can make
Exactly.
stuff that you love all day.
Correct.
But if you don't feel like they accept it like that or like it like that, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Do what music they like. Do what they, do
if
whatever.
You're not entertaining the masses, then it could be an issue.
I'm very versatile. I also rap as well.
Okay.
So I have different styles. I used to record people in my own studio, so I adapted to a lot of rap styles.
How did the song with you and Sammie come about?
So it was this guy on YouTube. So what I do is I always research my peers. When I say peers, I'm not talking about higher up mainstream artists. I'm talking about people that's kind of like on the same level as me, or probably a tad bit higher. So it's this guy named Malachi, and he had a song with Lloyd. And I'm like, I never heard of this dude before, but hey, you know what? If he can do a song with Lloyd, I can do a song with somebody. So I'm like, who came in mind? Sammie came in mind. I reached out to them. They told me the price. I was like, yeesh. I was like, well, you know what? I don't have a team. I don't have anybody helping me financially, so just give me some time, and I will make ends meet. So they were just like, oh, okay, that's cool. So then probably like 3 months after that, I hit them up like, yo, I'm still interested. I have half the money now. They was like, whoa, so you actually contacted us back. I was like, yeah, I told you I was serious. They're like, normally people just go away. And I was just like, no, I'm actually serious about it. So then I was putting in more overtime, working 13, 14 hours, like just getting it in, was actually on the money man shit. And then when I finally had it, I was like, you know what? I'm ready to go. They was like, okay. But what kind of messed me up was they were like, all right, well, just send us half for the deposit and we'll get to work. I'm like, so this time, I could have been sent y'all half.
It would have been done.
It would have been done by
That's
the time.
crazy.
But, I mean, that's just how the business works. And that was just like my flaw on not being more, detail-oriented when it came to certain situations with the information. So I was just like, well, if I would have dig more into it, maybe it would have been done. But, timing is everything, and, everything happens for a reason. So
I mean, I like the song with you and Sammie. I want to ask what was the creative process, but since you got to start like Sammie on it, because Sammie, he's not Chris Brown or nothing like that, but he is Sammie. I like the way you move hardball. He's Sammie. So to get him to be on the track with him, what was that creative process like? Like, did you present the song to him? Did you direct him, or
was the song already done?
Okay, so actually about that, so shout out to my homie Real. His name Michael B. Whitfield. So what happened was I actually had a different beat for Sammie. So I went to his studio and I picked out 2 beats. And I was like, you know what, this will be hard. But then it was like he played that and the song was like kind of almost done. And he was like, it's just sitting here.
Right.
So I called my partners, shout out to my homie Nine and Steve, my engineer Steve.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? That WYD joint that he had, that's the perfect joint for Sammie. And they was like, would you think so? I was like, yeah. They was like, I don't know. My other homie was like, well, if you wanted to, I'm like, yeah, we finna get that. So It took a little persuading,
Right.
but I ended up getting it. And once I did, I went to the studio, laid it down, then I sent it. I was supposed to actually go down there, but he ended up, the date that I was scheduled to go down there, he ended up getting a couple shows. So it was kind of like, hey, I understand how the business goes. So boom, I just sent it to them, and they got it back within they gave it back to me within like a week, less than a week.
Okay.
Was you nervous? Like, damn, I sent half that money.
To be honest,
I don't know if they're gonna hit me back.
To be honest, I was just like, man, like I hope they like it.
I was
You know what I'm
just
saying?
gonna say,
That
was
was
you
my
nervous
whole
about them
thing.
liking the track?
Yeah, I was nervous, and it was crazy because I remember just that day I was actually finna go on a date, and I was on my way to St. Louis. I'm on the highway, and then I get bing. I'm like booking Sammie. I'm like, oh, this the email. So I put the auxiliary cord on, and I'm just like, all right. I'm like, oh, he must have had his verse on, and it was like, I had to pay them the rest of the money, so they put all type of tags on it, so I couldn't just like steal it and use it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, all right. And his verse came on, and I'm literally driving, and I'm like getting like teary-eyed from just like, dang, like this is like crazy, because it's like this somebody I grew up listening to, and it's like this is like accomplishment, like a lot of hard work that I put in is like paying off. And I was just like, dang. It was just like, I know bro was feeling it because he did way more than what he was supposed to did. And he all in like doing all this stuff. I'm like, this dude was feeling it, you know what I'm saying?
He put his voice into it.
So I was like, yeah, he messed with the record. And then when he came down here to the pageant, you know, he was like, yo, bro, that record is hard. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, you know, I appreciate it. So we chopped it up.
You seen him?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy. Yeah. When I was actually finna go to sound check.
Okay.
Because I actually performed I performed at that show as well at the pageant when Sammie came down here. So I was on my way to sound check, and I bumped into him behind, like backstage or whatever. He was like, yo, that record crazy. You know, man, you know, appreciate your patience, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and he was just like, dude's a really genuine, humble, and great guy.
Okay.
Did he perform? Y'all ain't perform together?
To be honest, man, like I wanted to do that, but I don't know what was going on with the management.
He didn't perform at all that night, I'm assuming?
Huh?
Did Sammie perform at all that night?
It was his concert.
Yeah, but I'm saying they got the same song.
But,
they got a song together.
And you want to know the crazy thing about it wasn't nobody thinking about Sammie until I brought him in the picture. Because the thing about it was when I brought him in the picture, it was like when I first talked to him, December. Now I talked to them in November. When I first then I started posting it in December. I actually had my homie 16. He made like a little cartoon, little promo picture. And when I posted that on Facebook, it got like 400-500 likes and was getting hella shares. And people was like, dang, he grew up, he's still doing music. So then after that, you know, I started promoting the record. And then all of a sudden, like, it transitioned to Sammie coming down here. Like, at first wasn't nobody thinking about Buddy until I mentioned, bro. And then it was just like, oh, yeah, Sammie.
Somebody following you, so they just
they
hit him up.
Yeah, so it was like, oh, you know what, I'm finna book this
At least
dude.
you know
So
they
really, you got him. I mean, I feel like you got him booked.
Yeah.
He should have okay. That if the song is hard, man, we're gonna perform this night.
And I felt like that because I felt like, hey, you know, even though I'm not from St. Louis, but this is my home.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'm just like, you know, what better to do? Just like, you know, hey, I want to, you know, give a shout out to, you know, Mookie Tolliver, you know what I'm saying, from St. Louis.
So
you know,
he shouted
what's
you
going
out.
on. He didn't do that either.
He got paid. He wanted to. But really, he's not obligated to do it.
Yeah, he's not obligated.
But a good, you know, if you really like the song,
Yeah.
man, we finna perform there tonight. That's what a solid person.
And I felt like that would have get I would have got so much leverage with that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You know, but
That would have put you in a different position,
It-
man.
it
Fuck
would
that shit.
have.
I'm mad for you. Now, if you ain't mad, I'm mad. I'm goddamn, you just spent this money on this goddamn verse. He can't even shout
So
you out.
you did a show with Dru Hill as well, right?
yeah.
Tell me about that.
Hey, look. We got to talk about that for sure. We got to talk about
I mean,
that.
it really wasn't like a show. It was much more of a shout out to my homie Killer B. Killer B was actually DJing the after party. I'm guessing they either performed at the Climax or the Ambassador before that.
Okay.
So he called me like, yo, I got to fill in for somebody, so I got a DJ. You rolling up there with me? I'm like, bet, yeah. Because normally when he DJ, I'm kind of MCing on the mic, like hosting, like. So he started playing some Dru Hill, and I'm singing the song. I'm singing every other word.
You didn't even know they was coming.
I didn't know they was coming.
Which song was it you were singing?
What song was it? I cannot recall.
Did you have
what
your
song.
vocal cords together? You was going
Yeah,
hard
but
on that shit?
no, I wasn't singing for it. I was
Okay.
singing every other word because I'm not finna drain that stuff if I'm like hosting
Gotcha.
over the mic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm singing every other word, trying to, you know, get people to interact and engage. And the other guy that had the mic was like, "Oh, snaps, Dru Hill in the building." And I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was weird. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't know.
He think I'm Dru Hill?
Yeah, I was just like, oh,
That's Cisco, nigga.
So they came in, so I'm singing every other word. So it's like the guy with the bob, I'm guessing his name was Bishop or something like that. I don't know. So he came to me, was like, yo, he snatched the mic, was like, yo, if you go sing our stuff, sing our shit right. So then he like tried to walk away, and I'm like, hey, hold on, man. You ain't finna disrespect me as a man celebrity or not. You know, I was trying to respect y'all, you know what I'm saying? Which I didn't know y'all was coming, first of all, but I was just singing every other word. And he was like, man, whatever, forget it. So I'm just like, all right. So I'm sitting there, they perform, and I'm just kicked back. And he was like, hey, come here. I'm like, who, me? He was like, yeah, you. He's like, come on. So I grabbed the mic. I'm singing on the stage with them and stuff like that.
Shit.
Like
so
side by side. Yeah,
with
side by side with Dru Hill. Like,
How
I'm
was
like, that was crazy. I'm like, I never would have thought. And the crazy thing about it, I didn't think about getting it on camera, no footage or nothing, because it was just out of nowhere. It was just like, dang, like I ain't got no type of proof of self. My homie that was there, you know what I'm saying, that was DJing.
I mean, you was struck.
So
Man, you should have pulled that phone out. Hey, can you record this?
yeah, so then it was just like Incomplete came on. And Cisco had 2 gas around his arms. He was like, you know what, bro, kill this. I'm like, shoot, don't mind if I do. This my joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I killed that after the concert or whatever. They was like, yo, you dope. You know what I'm saying? We got to exchange information and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, was asking if I knew people who got, you know, the gas, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, you know, we exchanged numbers.
Dru
So,
Hill smoke gas.
yeah, so it was like, while we was leaving, we saw them hop in the truck with some women.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, they got the little gas. I'm like, all right, I see y'all. They like, bet. At that time, my transmission went out on my car, so I ain't had no vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So I rode up there with Killer B. That was my only way. So as soon as I made it home, he like, yo, come fuck with us. I'm like, yo, where you at? He was like, we at the, Renaissance, some shit up there by the airport. I'm like, dang. I'm like, why you didn't tell me this before, you know, like before I was leaving? And he like, man, you know, when thinking. He was like, he was like, yeah, man. He like, come fuck with. I'm like, yo, the girls up there? He's like, nah, they gone. I'm like, what you trying to talk about business? He's like, business? Who trying to talk about business? Like, we trying to get fucked up and shit. And I'm like, bro, like, what's the whole point of me coming up there? I'm like, I don't drink to get drunk and I don't smoke. You feel me? So it's like, why am I? He like, I'm just trying to put you on. I'm like, put me on what? You know what I'm saying? You saying that you don't want to talk about business, so it's just like, what's the point of me coming up there? So we texting, you know what I'm saying? And he being overly aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Asking me, was I coming up there at night? And I'm just like, I don't know. He's just like,
you coming or what?
Yeah, he was like, and I'm just like, oh no, he's just like terrible. Just terrible. Like that was his favorite word.
What
terrible.
was his name?
Terrible. Bishop. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just like, I'm like, man, dude, like, what? Like, okay. I'm like, look, I made up some stuff. I'm like, look, man, I just called my homie. He said, you know, he'll let me know. He like, is he down? I'm like,
Is he down?
What do you mean? Is he down? Like, what you
we go
yeah,
ahead, go
What he down? What does he got to be down for?
Yeah, like what is he down for? So I'm like, man, he cool. You know what I'm saying? So he was just like, so y'all coming tonight? I'm
Is
like,
he cool,
Oh,
dude?
no, that's where
You saying he
fucked up at.
cool?
Yeah, that's where you fucked up at. You said he cool. They like, oh, he cool?
No, I'm not saying
For
that. So I'm just like, man, what is wrong with this dude? So we got into it or whatever. He was like, you know what? You on bull. He like, man, I was trying to put you on, man. Good luck in the music industry. You know, stuff like that. And I'm just like, dang, I'm like,
he trying to put you on.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, man, you know what? Forget you. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop texting my phone, man. Look, all you can do is be patient. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you to wait, you just gotta wait. You know, you trying to force me to do some stuff, and I don't even know what you, like. I don't even know your reason. I don't even know. So I'm like, I'm not finna go there. Big dude hold me down. Cisco hit a one-hand cartwheel. I'm over with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, nah. So like that next morning, I woke up. I got a text message at 8:30. He say, LOL smiley face with your mean ass.
With your mean ass. Gone,
And this
girl, with
Bishop.
your mean ass.
So I'm like, I was the first person you thought about in the morning, and you want to put a smiley face.
He seen you up there singing. He like, God
It's
damn,
the fact
dope
that he
skinny
said
thing.
it's the fact that he said with your mean ass.
Yeah.
It's like he was out in the club like, damn, Cisco. He hit that note on that incomplete, boy. Ooh, I'm incomplete right now.
You
It's
heard
mean
me.
ass.
And I was just like, nah.
Damn.
But then later on down the line, probably like a couple months after that, I ended up dropping the music video. He seen it and he, you know, text me, was like, yo, I see the music video. Just, you know, it was dope. Just keep doing what you doing.
Y'all contacted after the situation then.
I didn't contact him.
No, I'm saying he reached out after the
he reached
situation.
out after that.
So after the with your mean ass, his next line was, hey, I see you out here grinding.
Yeah, yeah.
This motherfucker.
He just wanted to, you know,
But I mean, I didn't know because I mean, then like I told that to somebody.
I mean, you don't know
actually,
if you don't ask.
Yeah, but then
somebody would have probably went to the room. Hell yeah, that's Dru Hill. What you want to do?
And Dru out there to the room.
And that's the thing too. Like it was rumors circulating that they were supposed to have took advantage of some dude. You know what I'm saying? Some R&B singer like a couple months or like a year afterwards. After my situation happened. You know what I'm saying? But. Yeah, I was just like, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's hearsay and whatnot. That's all alleged. That's hearsay, and I'm with you on that. But based off of that hearsay and being alleged, what you said, I can see where you drawing them dots. Like, hold on now, that could have been me. They could have had you up there, like you said. They could have tried to hold you down, and
And I'd have been over with. But I told that story to somebody. Somebody said, no. Somebody was like, no, they actually good dudes. They actually like to talk, like have intellectual, have
erections. I thought that's what you said.
No, intellectual conversations. Okay. So they like to talk about deep stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well.
At that time,
we finna get fucked up. He didn't say we finna have
deep conversations. He ain't saying nothing about having no intellectual conversations. He ain't trying to do but he already let it be known he not trying to do no business.
Right.
So like you said, you don't smoke, you know what I'm saying? You don't smoke and you don't drink to get drunk. So what's the next thing to do?
Right.
Are you voting this year?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Who you voting for?
You voting this year. Where you going?
Yeah, I'm a Democrat.
You a Democrat.
You're a Democrat, okay.
Yeah.
So who you got in the party?
Basically, I was trying to do some information, you know what I'm saying, from when we last talked and stuff like that. Then I actually ran across some dude named Michael Bennett. I don't know if you guys heard about him.
Yeah.
But he actually had like prostate cancer, and he beat that, and he was talking about like running for like president, you know what I'm saying, running for the campaign and stuff like that. But
because he beat prostate cancer.
No, but that was kind of like one of his little stories, little backgrounds, like I beat it, whatever. But I mean, I see
what is policy? Give me something.
So he's all for like the student loans and stuff like that.
Okay.
He's all for repairing the streets, like opposing to like taxes and stuff like that.
Oh, like potholes and all
that. Talking about doing a lot of shit with them.
He really trying to
doing a lot of money shit, man.
So hold on, he talking about repairing some streets. What about the people that need to be repaired?
And I mean, I read into that, but I can't remember everything because I read into that probably like 3 days ago.
What? Okay, have you heard of Andrew Yang?
Yeah, I heard of him.
Now that $1,000 a month, how do you feel about that?
Oh, that'd be gravy.
I mean, listen, I'm with you. I feel for that $1,000 a month. I need people to understand that when everybody keeps saying $1,000 a month, it's not gonna be what you think it is. And it's not gonna help shit like you think it is. And truthfully, that $1,000
what you mean it's not gonna be what you think it is?
It's not gonna be what you think it is because you can't just give out $1,000 a month like you were just saying.
That's what he was talking about. That is what what he's saying. He's gonna give people $1,000 a month.
There is no just give people. Where's this money coming from?
It's coming from the government. Do you see they give? I think they give the military $750 billion.
Yeah.
So he's saying like basically if we give 1,000 people, I think it's like he said $3.something trillion is what it'd be. I think. So I want to say a year, but he's saying that people with that $1,000 they gonna spend that. They're not gonna say that.
Right.
So it's gonna come back into a business. Say if you got a business like your clothes or whatever, when they come to your show, they got the extra $1,000. So they gonna spend that, which is gonna put it right back.
So it's recycling, basically.
Yeah, it's all it is recycling.
So question for you, Mookie. I wouldn't vote for a man who gonna take money from the military to build the wall. First and foremost. No. But you want me to vote for a man who finna take money from the military that protects us to give us
Trump didn't take it from he didn't take that from the military. He gave the military like I think the highest they ever got.
Are you tripping?
With that $750 billion?
We ain't gonna have this conversation, y'all.
I just don't like how taxes.
He found the loophole to do the wall. I want to say. I don't know.
He gotta get his school.
I got public school education. I don't know.
We're not having this conversation. Like I said, do your research, man.
Yeah, do y'all research. Y'all need to know about that.
But you said you're Democrat, and that's what's up, though, man. Before we get out of here, I appreciate everything that you've given us thus far. I want you to give us a little more on your music. What can the people out there look forward to? What do you got coming up?
So Getaway, basically, I was inspired by that because I know that it's a big issue, And it really needs to get addressed. You know, it's all about, it's so much abuse and domestic violence that's going on. Definitely with our women that's coming up missing. Definitely. You know, it's so much stuff that people just need to pay attention to. And I feel like people pay attention to the negative stuff, which is like all the drama on TV, but they don't pay attention to what's really happening, the real life reality, you know, of people actually just, you know, going through abusive relationships and just being torn and scarred for life, you feel me? So I kind of got inspired by that by women, you know, my Facebook. I mean, I actually give people advice in my inbox.
Okay.
And it was people that was going through the same situation. I'm like, man, like that's crazy. Like somebody has to have a voice for this.
Thanks guys for tuning in. I'm Myra.
Man, I'm your boy Dave, sitting next to my boy Mookie, who was up in this piece, you dig?
And we're out.
Hey.